Hello everybody, welcome back to another stream. So, you join me here for a Falcon 9 launch. So this is a NASA payload being sent up by SPHEREx, of course. As you see, this is the rocket in front of me. I'm just going to make the countdown a little bit smaller. Okay, that's not going to fit where I wanted it to go. There we go, let's have it there. Perfect. So guys, let me just... There we go. So, tonight's launch is actually not till 1 hour, as you can see, 1 hour and 31 minutes. Because it's a NASA payload, NASA are going to go live, but I don't understand why SpaceX are going live first, well, together, because usually SpaceX will only stream just like the rocket launch. I mean, I can imagine there's probably some things that SpaceX want to talk, but this is a daytime launch for, well, okay, it's a late evening launch for in California, in Vandenberg Space Force Base. It is, what is it? So it's going to be taking off at 10 minutes past 8 in the evening. Now here in the UK, as you can see up in that top right hand corner, it is 9 minutes past 2 in the morning. Yeah, this is going to be a bit of a rough night for me. And yeah, you can kind of see I've had a little shuffle around of the layout of this. I got rid of my YouTube name under there, because what was the point of having a YouTube link, because, you know, I'm on YouTube. So I thought I'd just chuck these little emblems on. I thought that'd be quite cool, and I moved the sub thing up there, view thing down there, and I was meant to make this yellow bar down the bottom end a little bit bigger, so that I could get the timer on there, but I've messed up. So I don't actually have the time to fix that, but everything else should be working. I think actually my be right back clicker is meant, that's kind of working, but I need to move it around a little bit. So I'm having a little bit of a play around, so do bear in mind if things start going funny, it's because I'm changing things, and every time I change something it seems to go wrong. Right, so I am going to go and now head over to, oh, I already did this. Let me get out of full screen mode. Is it 13 minutes past? No, not yet. Okay, so we're going to go over what the launch entails today. And the reason why I actually really wanted to stay up and watch this is it's a return to launch zone, which I miss watching the return to land ones. I love the drone ship landings, I think they're super cool, but nothing beats a return to launch pad. Not launch pad, to landing zone. You know, it's one of the things that makes Starship so cool, is the fact that it literally returns to the actual launch tower, which is insane. But this is the third flight for this booster. As you can see, it's quite dirty already, and that's only after two launches. So obviously brand new second stage. We have the horrible NASA logo there. I don't know if is the worm on the other side, but yeah, you got the dodgy NASA logo up there. Now we have had no news apart from that they were trying to go for this mission today. So this satellite is going to have a 2-year mission. I'm going to call it SPHEREx. I think that's how you pronounce it. I might be completely wrong. Let me know if I am. But where was I? I'm not even going to try and pronounce them two words. Photometer. That's all I can say. It's basically going to capture the universe. So it's kind of... It's not like a Hubble telescope. Oh, sorry guys, I am going to be yawning because, like I said, it is just gone 2 o'clock in the morning here in the UK. But it's basically a... it's going to take loads of photos and collect a lot of data with some other sort of sensors and stuff like that on all about the universe, just getting more and more data than we need to sort of, you know, work out the building blocks in the universe. And then, honestly, I just give my dog a cuddle and I'm covered in dog hairs. I swear I've just eaten one. But yeah, so that's the SPHEREx. And then we have the punch, which is polar meter. Okay, I'm lost. So these satellites will observe the sun and its environment to help scientists better understand the effects of solar winds on our solar system. It's pretty cool. So we are T minus 54 minutes. Now, clearly you can see that the countdown actually doesn't start till 38 minutes before T0. Now that's the good thing about Falcon 9 is it doesn't take that long to fill up and go. Like, obviously you put it on the scale of Starship, it's a tiny rocket. But there are other rockets from other companies that literally take like 2 hours to fill, and I'm just like, they're like half the size of Falcon 9. Well, hopefully with their bigger rockets coming soon. More rockets means more fun, more excitement for us guys that actually like rockets. Ooh, SpaceX is now live. Here we go. Let's have looky see. Oh. Why is it really quiet?
In the first second after the Big Bang.
Punch is a
Oh, NASA's doing their thing where it's really quiet again.
On the sun's outer atmosphere, the solar corona, and how
that is literally full volume for everything.
And bombards Earth's magnetic field.
It's going to be the most complete all-sky survey that we've ever done.
Oh, is this the polar?
Back in time. That's cool. Time travel.
We can expect some surprises in this process.
Together,
I think this is like the polar
mission to not only explore the cosmos, but to unravel the deeper
orbit, I think.
That bind us all.
3, 2, 1, and the liftoff.
Nice.
In just 53 minutes, we'll watch as this Falcon 9 rocket lifts off from Vandenberg Space Force Base.
Space Force, wow.
1 launch, 2 missions. SPHEREx, a space telescope to map our cosmos. And Punch, 4 small satellites to track how the sun's corona shapes solar wind.
Damn.
Hello and welcome to Vandenberg Space Force Base in California. I'm NASA's Raquel Villanueva.
I'm being a good boy.
From
I'm being a very good boy.
And launch vehicle base operations.
I'm gonna get myself in trouble if I say
Just
anymore.
a few feet away, teams are hard at work preparing for today's launch. NASA's Launch Services Program, also known as LSP, is managing today's launch, and we are targeting 8, 10, 12 p.m. Pacific time. We are also currently monitoring thick clouds in the area that could impact today's launch.
Don't you dare!
Continue the countdown to liftoff. And joining me now today is
There's a hold already.
SPHEREx Flight Systems Engineer. Thank you so much for being here.
I'm really happy to be here. We've been tracking these clouds all day today, so
Right.
we'll see what happens this
Well,
evening, but it's an honor to be here.
if you guys heard that in the background,
And you know, Goddard Flight Center's overseas punch, and
they're going to go for it tomorrow instead.
Update from the weather crew. So let's actually head over to our team at Hawthorne, who will give us more on that update.
There's a spacecraft issue. And they've just gone over to SpaceX.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Jessie Anderson. I'm a senior
Jesse's
production
here.
manager here at SpaceX, and I'm joined by Megan Cruz and Mick Waltman from NASA.
Yeah, and we're here together so that we could be listening to the loops, to listen along with the countdown.
And they're just about to say.
And right now we did just get an update from the launch director as well as our NASA counterparts.
Oh, man.
We are standing down for today's launch. Mick, we were watching the weather, but also there is an...
So you're telling me
Yeah, the team
I've stayed up an extra hour and a half
tonight's weather for launch attempt.
to
However, spacecraft had an issue
end.
with one of their systems, and they cannot support tonight's launch attempt. So, Dr. Denton Gibson, our NASA launch manager, and Nate Jansen, the SpaceX
For
launch manager, discussed it
flip's
and
sake.
called a scrub for this evening.
That means I've got to stay up tomorrow.
For today because the weather did not look great. Actually, throughout the launch countdown, again, the three of us were listening to conversations and periodic weather briefings because they needed to keep a very close eye on weather tonight.
Yeah, exactly. And we definitely will not go if weather is not good and if the vehicle and spacecraft are not healthy.
720p, guys.
They're
They're streaming in 720p.
Both the vehicle, the payloads, and the weather, of course.
And Mick, do we know?
Right, I'm going to actually move the countdown timer to tomorrow.
Right now, looking at possibly a 24-hour recycle. The launch managers will discuss that, and we'll get something out on the blogs and social media, I'm sure. But as
Right,
Jesse
that's
was
probably
pointing
going
out,
to
the
change
12
now.
rule tonight, a very important rule for us, so that we don't have rocket
what did I
triggered
do?
lightning once we launch. And the weather that just moved in over Vandenberg in the last couple hours was in violation of that. So the range that we launched from here
Right, it's
was
not the
red,
12th, is it?
And the team was looking for that last weather briefing before we got into propellant loading, and unfortunately we had the spacecraft issue come up also. So I think the right call was made, and so everybody can go assess what we can do for possibly tomorrow.
Yeah, let's talk a little bit more about the thick cloud rule, just because if we
What
do
the
attempt
heck
launch
is
tomorrow,
going
we
on?
know that it's also going to be a watch item.
Now
because we do
the
have a system
countdown
coming
is...
in, that
Oh, I
we
don't
have
know
to
what I've
watch,
done.
right? Our weather officers know that
I've
there's
broken
a
it.
unique combination of temperature, but also electricity
let's see if that works.
would make it so that rocket-triggered lightning is more plausible. So can you talk a little bit more about the rule?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I'm
It-
just
it-
going to
as you
try
said, it has
something.
something to do, a little bit to
How
do
about
with the temperature, but
that?
also
And
the
go back
thickness
here.
of the clouds that are there. That as the rocket, what we're
I've
looking for
clearly
is to
said
assess the
one
rocket's
day,
trajectory path,
48
that it
hours.
takes through that thick cloud. So anything over 4,500 feet thick tends to
Saved.
be our limit. So
Right,
if we
guys,
don't trigger that
I
lightning, it
am
could
going to end
damage
the stream
the
there.
rocket, itself
It's
and
been an
go on. So
18-minute
we're watching
stream.
temperatures tonight, we're
I'm
watching
kind
that
of
thick
annoyed with
cloud.
that.
Tomorrow, things
I'm
do
just
look
going
a little
to
bit
end
better,
the
what we
stream
heard in the
altogether.
earlier weather brief, but
I'm
we'll
not going
hear
to do a
from
countdown
Lieutenant
because,
Park tomorrow as we get
yeah,
ready,
that's going to be a
hopefully,
pain
for
in the
launch
butt.
tomorrow afternoon, but,
Right, guys, thank you very, very much for watching. I'm Lee. Fly safe, land safer. See you guys tomorrow. Bye.